Hey, it's Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Today I'm going to show you how to make dulce de leche in a slow cooker. This is a Central American treat and it's made from milk and sugar. And this is a really easy way to do it without actually mixing in any ingredients. Like a caramel pudding is what it sort of tastes like, but caramel is made out of water and sugar and dulce de leche is made out of milk and sugar. So to start with, I've lined my slow cooker with a little bit of foil just because the can will get rusty. You are going to need one 14 to 15 ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. Not evaporated milk, it's different. You need the sweetened condensed milk because this is the sugar. And you're going to take off the label. Very important, do not open the can. You're going to leave the can in there. Now you want to cover it with water. Okay, then you're going to put the lid on your slow cooker. You can cook this on low for 8 hours or high for 4 hours. 4 to 6 hours is what you're gonna get a pourable type consistency. If you let it go the full 8 hours, it's gonna be almost come out like a solid pudding, sort of like if you've ever had like the gelled cranberry sauce and it comes out and like molded to the can. That's how it will be if you let it go the 8 hours. So I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to let it go for 4 hours, and I am planning on making some brownies, and I want to put the caramel or the dulce de leche sauce on top of the brownies. So that is my plan. So we're going to let this sit and we will be back to look at the finished pudding. Okay, the 4 hours is up and I'm about ready to turn this off and take out my can and let it cool down before I open it. I don't want to open it while it's still hot because it could spurt on me, so my canning tongs to pick this up. Let it cool down and then we will open it up and take a look at it. So I put the can in the refrigerator and we're going to let it cool down, and we want to make sure the can is completely cool because it will squirt and splash, and we don't want to do anything like that when we're poking into it to open it up. So I set it in the refrigerator, I'm going to let it cool down, and then we'll come back and open it up. I have this old Searchlight recipe book from 1944 that also has the recipe for making caramel pudding. The instructions are basically the same thing that I did with the unopened can and everything, except for they put it in a saucepan of water and boil it for 3 hours. So just as an alternative, I wanted to add that you can boil it in a regular saucepan with water covering it for 3 hours. It seems like a little bit tending to than you have to do with a slow cooker, but if you don't have a slow cooker, that is another option. And so I just wanted to show you this. This is a great old recipe book. It has all the little dividing. It was 1937 to 1944, and this printing is actually 1944. Apparently, I think this was an old magazine. It says the Household Magazine in Topeka, Kansas. So it's not one I'm familiar with, but it is an awesome old book, and it has a lot of the newer recipes that I use. I find the older ways of doing it in the Searchlight recipe book. So I'll put the pictures of that specific recipe up in this video in case you would like to check that out too. I think it's cooled down enough. There you go, and you can see how it's changed colors to this nice brown, like a dark vanilla sort of color here. Get this off here. So I had it in the fridge, and the longer you leave it in the fridge, the more pudding-like it's going to get. You can see how it's pretty thick. You could actually even poke it, and you could slice it if you wanted to, or you could take it out if you want to make it creamier, and you could whip it up with a hand mixer and make it really creamy. But I'm using it more as a topping for the brownies here that I've got, and it looks really good. I hope this shows you how to make an easy dulce de leche. The sweetness of milk is what it means, or it's very similar to a caramel topping. If you leave it in less time, it's going to be more liquidy. The longer you leave it in, the thicker it will get. If you leave it in that full amount of time, you'll even be able to slice it. If you want to like put it between cake or something, you could beat it, make it into a smooth consistency to insert it into cupcakes and to insert it into like eclairs. So it's very versatile and it's very yummy and so easy. So you can just put it in that slow cooker and forget about it for a while, and then you have an easy addition to dessert. So this has been Angie with the Dulce de Leche or caramel pudding. Thanks for joining us. Bye.